Hello everybody, it's Bourbon Bill, and tonight a very special episode that I'm not quite looking forward to, but it's a release you might be looking forward to. It's Yellowstone 2024 Limited Edition. Holy smokes, and not the TV series, the Bourbon. So special shout out to Seth James for sending me a sample of the Yellowstone 2024. And I'll admit, this one snuck up on me. I like to feel like I'm in the know what's going on. Totally slipped my mind. Didn't even hear about it. Didn't even see an article, press release, nothing. But here it is. It's finished in Cognac and French Brandy, which it's like, okay, it's almost the same thing. You know, Cognac is like, the premier French brandy, I guess, and it can only be made from grapes, and brandy, French brandy, still made in France, but could be made from other things. But come on, they're like, our first double cask. It's Cognac and close enough to Cognac. That's what they should have said. But that's the finishing this year. Comes in at the old standard, 101 proof. Compute 50.5% alcohol by volume. I'll throw a picture up. It's the same bottle we've been used to for years. And I will say kudos to Yellowstone for keeping the price the same. And $99.99 or $100 hairs a bottle is the MSRP. Look, I've reviewed a bunch of these, and I'll be honest, the old ones were fantastic. The old ones in like the regular looking bottle were great. All the ones I've tried, go watch my reviews. I'll link some of them throughout this video of the ones I've done before. They've always been like decent, but just not worth $100 hairs, okay? And that's sadly what I think we're going to come up against tonight, but we don't know. I don't want to prejudice myself that this is the year they step up their game. The side label, which he sent me a picture of, says it's a blend of 7 and 17-year-old bourbon. But of course, you guessed it, doesn't disclose the percentage. Just doesn't do it. So, am I excited for this one? No. But are you? Maybe. A lot of people like these. I'm not crapping on. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Yellowstone as a whole. Don't like their store picks. Just no intention about anything from them, really. The store picks, I think, are mediocre. I think Stephen B. Beam, or Stephen something Beam, is one of the master distillers there. He's from the Beam family. They might source some stuff from Beam. I'm not sure. They do make their own distillate though. They're not just an NDP. But their stuff to me always just smells like young Jim Beam. So it's like, if I want young Jim Beam, I'll go pay less and get it from Jim Beam itself. That's kind of how I feel about it. And in today's market, that's so exaggerated. $100 hairs doesn't even seem that expensive anymore, but they've always been underwhelming for that price. So anyway, thank you, Seth James, for the sample. Much appreciated. Let's take a look and examine this one. Color, light. How long was it finished in the French Cognac and French Brandy casks? We don't know. They don't disclose that either. It just appears light for a well-finished bourbon. Not from the color. Don't know. On the nose, let's get the old nostrils in it. Oh, man, I'll be damned if it don't smell like young Beam. It is nutty, grainy. There's caramel here. Okay, so it's not a horrible nose, but it don't smell like a Chris Benjamin. Okay, it smells like a $35 bottle, and I'm trying to find something positive to say. There's some light, like crisp stone fruit notes here. I don't necessarily get a scent of cognac, but there's a nice grape scent here, some other stone fruits, caramel, and nuttiness. Do I smell 17-year-old bourbon? Not really. I'm leaning towards this, if we had to combine the ages of the bourbon on the nose, I'm going to say she's about 7.2 years old. I mean, they put like 1 mil eyedropper of 17-year in the whole bottle. Now this, he opened this just a few days ago. sent it to me. So it's not a fresh crack, but it is newer to the bottle. I let this sit for about 20 minutes before smelling it. So there you go. All right, down the hatch. Can the palate impress us where the nose has failed? Wholly unimpressed. Gotta say. It's just so generic. Vanilla, caramel, a little bit of stone fruit in there, a little bit of sweetness, nuttiness. I mean, it's just not not impressive at all. Not anywhere near worthy of $100 price tag. There ain't much 17-year bourbon in here. I would bet some serious money on that, or it was like the worst 17-year-old bourbon I've ever tasted. It doesn't come across old at all. In fact, if I had to guess an age, I would say sub 6 if I didn't know these facts that it's a blend of 7 and 17 year. It's got to be mostly 7. Like 99.99% 7 year. Gosh, this ain't for me. I hate to be hard on it. It doesn't taste bad. Like, I mean, it's drinkable, but it's not special. It's not LE worthy. I don't know what to tell you about that. And in fact, it reminds me so much of just like Jim Beam. I went and found this little 50 ml bottle of Knob Creek 9-year 100 proof. I don't know why I had this. Probably for a video a while ago. I poured up some of that. Now you tell me how the color is dang identical. And they finished this and there's 17-year-old bourbon in here. It's 101 proof and it's no darker than Knob Creek 9-year. That costs $35 a bottle. Okay, Knob Creek 9 on the nose. Gosh, this smells deeper, darker, and richer, and it's not finished, and it doesn't have any 17-year-old bourbon in it. All 9-year. The Knob 9 is sweeter, surprisingly, even though it's not finished, on the nose. It's got more oak presence, a deeper, richer caramel. Like, the grainy nuttiness, there's nuttiness here, don't get me wrong, it is Knob 9, but it's not grainy like nuttiness like in the Yellowstone LE here. Yeah, it smells like a Honey Nut Cheerio cereal. Yeah, the Yellowstone. Alright, Knob 9 down the hatch. Knob 9 years better. It's got more oak, it's actually smoother, more rich feeling on the palate. It's just not as sweet, and it's not that like grainy young nuttiness. So if you like that grainy young nuttiness, then this 2024 Yellowstone LE is for you. If you don't, avoid it like the plague. Hard to believe that Knob 9 was just better. I mean, come on, Yellowstone. Now, I don't know who this is from, because it's old now, but Yellowstone 2022, someone sent me a sample of the LE from then. That was finished in Marsala Superior casks. Remember not loving that one either, but hey, here, we'll pour it up in a mini, and we'll see if it's better than 2024. I don't have a sample of 2023's, although I did review it. I'm sure I linked it above somewhere if you want to watch that one. 2022 Yellowstone LE. Much better on the nose, gotta say. This one's got more oakiness to it. There's like caramels that are deeper here. There's like a brown sugar note. There's like a red wine type of note, which I think Marsala Superior or some sort of wine, but there's like a nice wine note that integrates well. Down the hatch from the 2022. Oh yeah, that's better. That's better than 2024. Still not worth $100, right? But it feels a little more mature, a little more well put together. This 24, I'm just not getting it. I mean, now there's like some honey notes coming out on here, but it's just not impressing me much. So do not buy from Bourbon Bill. Grade D. It's not undrinkable, but horrible value. And it didn't even, a $35 bottle right here for Knob Creek 9 beat it. Now, you might say, but Bourbon Bill, I want a cognac finished bourbon and this one's terrible. What do I get instead? You get what I told you to get earlier in the year. Bowl Run Seal Box pick 10-year-old bourbon finished in cognac casks. That's right, at 109.22 proof, compute, 54.61% alcohol by volume. I told you to buy this when it came out. It was $100 a bottle. The same price for an age-stated all 10-year plus finishing time in the bottle. Bull Run's putting out some fantastic stuff. Sealbox has this. I think Total Wine had a pick of this too. That was even older maybe. Sealbox also just released an 8-year of this that they had on sale for $50. And you idiots were going to go buy a Yellowstone 2024 LE. Smoking crack. That's what Yellowstone's doing for the price that they charge for that. This is 10-year-old MGP finished in cognac cask. It was not a huge, it wasn't like years and years, but it was a pretty good finishing time. I think it said on the Sealbox site, it doesn't say on the bottle. Pour that up here in the mini. Now, I'll link above my review on this, and I told you to buy it then, and I'm probably gonna tell you to buy it again. Okay. Color. A little bit darker than our Yellowstone. Okay, just saying. On the nose. Oh my God, so much berries, leather, tobacco, oak. Smells so mature, so sweet, so berry forward. You can smell the cognac fumes on this one too, down the hatch. Oh, so good. So good, damn. As we said, on the nose, falls through in the palate. It's got oak, it's got red berries, it's got leather, it's got tobacco, it's got a little bit of cognac flavor. Caramels, good long finish, good mouthfeel, really nice proof. Much, much better. Much better than the Yellowstone 2024 LE. So if you had a hankering for the fancy French cognac, this was the finish that you wanted to pick up. This is the bottle you should buy, not the Yellowstone 2024 LE. So I hope you like what you saw tonight. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Have a good evening, everybody.